towards the end of his time on the cross, Jesus makes a profound statement of his trust in God. And I call these words that Jesus spoke words of trust. I'm going to read to you from Luke chapter 23 and verse 46. It says, "Then Jesus, calling out with a loud voice, said, 'Father, into your hands I commit my spirit.' And having said this, he breathed his last." Notice his words, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." These words are words of trust. Notice what's happening here. Jesus is offering a prayer. This is a prayer. And he addresses God as his Father. This is Jesus being connected to God. "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." This is a prayer Jesus prays to God, expressing the relationship, showing us that even in his darkest moment and deepest pain, even though God did turn away from him in that moment in which sin was being judged, that Jesus feels that fellowship is once again what it should be, having paid the full price for sin. And because Jesus paid that full price for sin, he was able to call God his Father again. And that reminds us that we too are able to call God our Father and to cry out to him in prayer because of what Jesus did for us. And these words were also a prophecy. The book of Psalms says that someone would speak these words, and that someone is Jesus. "Into your hands I commit my spirit." Here Jesus is again fulfilling prophecy on the cross. But there's a transfer that happens here, and don't miss this. That up until this moment, in these last hours of Jesus' life, he has willingly placed himself into the hands of men. He has allowed himself to be scourged. He's allowed himself to be mocked. He has allowed the nails to be driven into his hands and his feet. He has allowed himself to endure the ridicule. Jesus himself has allowed men to have authority over him in these last hours. He has allowed other people to do things to him to put him in this position on the cross. But now he transfers that authority back to the Father. He says, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." So Jesus says it's no more that man has any authority over what's happening here. Now, Lord, I've completed the task. I'm placing the authority back where it belongs. And then these words transform into a profession of faith and trust that Jesus makes. He is professing that he's trusting his Father. "Into your hands I commit my spirit." Here's what I want you to think about specifically as you dwell on these words. In his darkest, deepest moment and valley, Jesus knew that he could trust his Father. He knew that he could commit himself to his Father. He knew that his Father would take what men meant to be evil, his torture and death, and God would transform it and use it for good. That's a wonderful reminder for us that we can trust God in the deepest, darkest moments of our lives, knowing that he will take our situation and use it for his glory and eventually for our good.